Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, that dude. So I get a lot of DMs asking me how I trade my setup. And so I just felt like it'd be easier to break it down in a video form. That way I can achieve my full Furu status. So obviously I'm a supply and demand trader. But what does that mean? Really, I'm just looking at price structure, and these supply and demand zones are just highlighting this price structure. Um, a lot of times I will trade with more than one day of previous price action, but this day was actually pretty much hitting all the ranges and respecting them. So I felt like I didn't really need to be that much more zoomed out. Um, so what I was looking at today, I actually posted today that I thought we could possibly see 408. Obviously a little off unless we reject here and come back down. But anyhow, I was looking for a rejection around here. You see, this was a strong rejection zone. We got over it, came right back in, rejected out of it. Right here was a rejection, very strong zone. We broke over it for a tiny bit in the aftermarket session, and then came back and rejected it. Was rejecting it whole time, all morning long. I'm looking for a rejection right here. I'm looking at Apple, SPY, Tesla, all the other Mang Fang names, and they're all kind of hitting supply zones and rejecting. Everyone's getting super excited about Tesla going to 200, but I was actually looking at shorting Tesla because to me that's just a huge pivot spot where, if it gets over 200, yeah, it's going to rip. But if it just keeps tapping it and rejecting, I'm thinking we're going down. So I love trading SPY, so I start pulling up SPY. I'm looking at it really closely. I started loading about right here, and I bought about one third of my position. I was down like 20-ish percent right here. I added the rest of my position. And then we got down to about right here, and I even added a little bit more in my position. I think I was up to 80 cons, um, and I sold um, 20 of them really quick. As soon as we broke this, I just took a quick scalp on it. Then the rest of my like main position, I exited half right here. Why did I exit half right here? It was a big extension candle, 60%. Look at this bounce right here. Like, yeah, I don't have it in a zone, but obviously this is a little zone right here. And I mean, why wouldn't you take money off the table? If I didn't take money off the table, I'd be sitting in the position with this thing bouncing, and I think the contracts went bounced up like this little bounce. I think took the contracts down to like 28% or 30% profit. So I'd be scared right here if I didn't take money off the table. Instead, I took half off, was chilling, and I got to just sit and wait for the move to develop. I had looked at the premium chart and I saw that 75 cents was the next pivot spot on the premium chart, which just so happened to line up with this little bounce spot right here, this huge wick up off of this zone. So I just set an order for the next 10 cons to fill at 75 cents. It bounced around. It was looking like maybe it might not hit. I held strong. My shit filled. That's the whole part about trading. You got to have a plan. Have to have a plan. Um, Next thing I'm looking at is I'm looking at this spot right here. I'm like, okay, this is a, pretty strong bounce area. Once again, I don't have a zone. I don't like to zone out everything because your chart just looks like shit. That's what's nice about having previous day's price action. I saw what was going on here. So what do you see? Have a line here. I literally sold almost the entire position right here. I held two runners just in case we laid down and these things went wild. We bounced. I got stopped out of those last two cons because I obviously just want to lock those in. I added another five contracts of 408s right here. I'm actually still in them. I only got five cons, it was such a small position. I have a 50% stop on it, and I'm literally, uh, let's see, I'm 5 cents away from being stopped out right now. So I could get stopped out, but they could also reject right here and flush down to this 408 or possibly even lower. But that's basically how I like to trade. The only thing I didn't really cover is the stochastic full. I like looking at it sometimes, but I don't really use it all that much. Like like it as extra confirmation, but primarily I'm looking at volume. I'm looking at how the candles are acting against prior resistance, support, whatever. And that's pretty much how I played this out. This thing ended up going like 300 something percent. So freaking sick day. All right, you guys take it easy. Later.